Thousands of bizarre images captured all over the world. Mysterious creatures that live between blinks of the eye.
What are they? That's the tougher question.
Rods. Rod. The long cylindrical winged objects. A rod of rods. Rods. Over 2,000 rod images. Rods.
This is the object here.
Rod. This rod.
Looks like a cylindrical tube. Doesn't make a lot of sense.
Rods.
Yes.
Most rods.
Give a lot of power.
Rods.
It's a rod.
Rod. It has the rod shape, unlike any other rod. Rods.
I don't think so.
Classic winged rod. Rods are rigid angle of the rod. Rod soon begins to shake. The rigid rod.
It's a little bit stiffer, flapping around in the wind.
For rods, we may not have the complete picture. A rod. This rod image, the rod. These rods. Some of the most impressive rods.
Rods. There's rods.
The rods.
Rods. It's got rods.
The rods.
Rods. Many rods. The rods.
These rods.
A rod.
Rods. This rod. Rod. But not this rod.
Looks to be a rod.
Not bird.
Rods. Rod.
Supersonic speed.
Rods. China cave rod. Video. The China cave rod. The rod is visible, but speed aside, these rods answer to the rod mystery. How do you explain this rod? These rods suddenly appear. They have been hiding in the foliage. Rods. The missile-like rod. Rods much like a rod. Rods a more rod-like form. The source is revealed. A moth.